adventure is a little bit different. I'm headed out to the local ski hill. I'm not at the shop or in the store. Gonna go do some work on the groomers that we have out there, prep them for the upcoming season. Been involved with doing this sort of stuff for the last few years and I really enjoy it. I'm meeting a friend of mine, his name's Buck Williams. He travels all over Ontario fixing these things, so he always comes up once or twice a season to give us a hand to get things ready to roll. It's getting cold and I can imagine the snow will be here sooner rather than later. Here we are at the hill, heading into the garage. Gonna check out the machines before everybody else shows up. The workshop here. First machine we've got is the Club's BR350. We bought that a few years back. It's a used machine, but in great shape. It's a little bit more powerful, a little bit easier to control when it comes to certain situations, and it's a lot of fun to drive for sure. That one is just going to need some servicing today. The one that's going to need the attention is this old girl here. This is a 1994 Bombardier BR400 Plus. It needs a service too, but one of the other things that needs to be done is it needs some work on the pumps. So kind of right down in there. We'll kind of get into more detail once Buck gets here.
Okay, so what are we changing, Buck?
Okay, we're going to change what they call a multi-function valve. Both, I call them high pressure relief valves for forward and reverse on the hydrostatic left-hand drive pump.
And that will hopefully solve our problem with a slow track on the driver's side.
Yes, or it's not so much the slow track as the original problem was the track lost all power. After pressure tests and things, this is a lot cheaper route to go. I'm suspecting that the function valve is just sticking open because the charge pressure is good. The high pressures are really good, but I think that one of these valves is sticking. And we're going to replace them both, do the proper adjustment on them, and hopefully that'll fix it. I've plugged in my remote lines so I can see the gauge better, and we're going to start the machine and see what our high pressures are on forward and reverse and what our charge pressure is.
So I'll go fire it up.
And we have 350 psi charge pressure on both our high forward and our high reverse. Now when we stroke the pump, then we'll see what our high pressure is. Mark, if you could rev it up to about 1600. Our high pressures are both the same, but these valves never come adjusted properly. So I'm going to give each one a quarter turn and then check again. Pressures are good. The charge pressure drop is excellent. Charge drop is the most important part of the system. If it's too much, then your system's starting to get weak.
You said changing the filter in the hydrostatic tank might actually solve a problem too.
It certainly won't hurt. I know it's been changed in the recent, but we never know for sure. The only way to know for sure is to change it.
Okay, so
we'll change that filter, change all the other filters, and because there's so little hours on the oil in the hydrostat, we'll just leave it alone because it's very expensive oil.
yes, it's hard to find, right?
Yes, very hard to find. We're not going to bother changing that.
Greg took a bath in it when we changed it the last time.
Now, down the bottom here is that O-ring I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, I see.
It goes over top of that pipe here. You want to put that on. Put that in.
Okay.
Good. Didn't all have overcar washers.
I need water or something. Yep, I do.
And another thing about a 5-gallon pail of oil when you're dumping it someplace, even though it's dumping out and emptying, it never gets any later.
No.
That's good, clean looking oil.
See how clean it is? Look.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's no sense wasting that. Yeah, that planetary now is $12,000.
Yep.
Pull that center side.
Services are done on both machines. Parts are replaced on the BR400. We should be all set and ready to go when the season starts. Many thanks to Buck and Greg for the help. We couldn't do it without people like them. And yeah, that's basically it. Maybe what we'll do is another video when the snow's on the ground and we're out running the machines. That'd probably be pretty cool. So I'm done for the day. Thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure to click the subscribe button at the bottom to keep following on what we're up to.